So this is the upgrade of the Yotel room, and you have the bed is like this at the moment. I believe it's one of these things here. So yeah, so you press this button here inside the bed, and that pushes the bed out. So yeah, and then there is particular lighting that you can choose depending on this frame here. So that switches the light, bathroom light on. Okay, so that keeps, so get full bed here. You get all these charging points, TV, the grab and go menu, your chair for you to sit down, bathroom, you know, little points, got a shower, and temperature control. Bed is reasonably high to get onto for me, but it should work perfectly fine. And then if you want to push the bed back in, you press the other button. But yeah, this is the upgrade from the Yotel Gatwick room I had before, so you'll see if this one's slightly better than the other one. You at least get an awful lot more bed space and a little bit of climbing, but not too bad. And as I say, I think you can get drinks and things on here for free, like hot drinks. I might try and get a couple of food options just to try them out and see what they're like, if I can, because it gives another experience of the hotel, which I did not do necessarily from what I remember before. So let's do that. Let's see if we can get something, you know, that's tasty and gives me a snack for something to do. As I say, bedding is pretty typical. It's reasonably thick in terms of the bedding. You know, it's quite thin, but you can deal with it. Pillows, squishy, pretty squishy. As I say, a little bit of a climb up. And okay, and when you get into the room, these are open, so it does feel a little bit like a, you know, when you're in a science fiction film and they come in on the test subject, that's a little bit what it's like. But yeah, it's not the biggest space in the world, but I would think it works pretty well for an airport hotel. Let's go and see if we can get some food and see what that's like. So I ordered a panini and I ordered a Thai green curry, chicken curry. I've got my hot chocolate and my Fanta. It all cost £12. I think the hot drinks are free anyway. And I just need to wait 15 minutes and the person from Mission Control will come and deliver my food. What is about hotels and always doing these pillows that you never ever use and they just end up on the floor? Don't get why they use them. Guess that is literally where it's going. But yeah, so should be able to sleep well in here tonight. Might see if I can switch the pink light off for a bit. The bathroom, they have glasses that are actually glass. So, and you know, everything looks clean, and towels are a little bit industrial, but what are you gonna do? Hot chocolate's half decent. So this is the panini you get. Not the biggest panini in the world, but it's a panini. So the food arrives like this. This is the green curry, which I'll open in a second. And we've already seen the panini. It is both sides of a panini. It's not the best together panini you've ever seen, but it should look up. Let's have a see. I haven't been interested in chicken in it, or at least not noticeably. Maybe they've given me the tomato one. Yeah, because there's two. And I think it tastes more like the mozzarella one than the chicken one. But, oh well. Both got pesto in, presumably. Let's have a look at the green curry. Okay, the green curry looks more appetising than the panini. Let's have a look and see what it tastes like. Not too bad. Yeah, I would say get something like the hot options in the panini, but that's just my opinion because the panini looks a bit dry, or is a bit dry, where this is actually quite nice. I mean, it's obviously something microwave that's put in a box, because when you order food, you can see that they've got little freezers and stuff behind them on the mission control. And with like drinks and everything on there as well. But yeah, I'd say green curry or something similar instead of the panini. But at least we've lived and learned and we've tried some stuff out. Bed, you can eat with the table. I mean, you could push the bed back, actually have the table and the chair, but, you know, at least it's quite the right height for everything, so... Okay, let's do a TV test and see if I can do it from the end of the bed. Okay. So the TV seems to work on everything. As I say, a lot of space for you to charge things up on the bed. And so I'll use a percentage of those later, just so everything's charged up before I leave. Just a reminder, this is in the south terminal. When you come out of the train and you go into the, the space with lots of the coffee shops and all that stuff around, you just need to take the lift down and you get to this hotel, and you can stay where you need to. See if we can work out this works. So okay, so that's that lighting, and that's just off. So, but yeah, as I say, it's a half decent room, and for what you need. As I say, it's a bit difficult to get on and off the bed because it's quite high, but it's not a be an end of all. It's just something to remember if you do have problems of getting up off things. It's probably because I have little legs, but it's a bit of an effort sometimes. but it is still easier than the cheaper version of this room where you have a bunk bed thing. So, but yeah, it's reasonably good layout, and you know, you get space. Or at least on the bed, it feels like you've got a lot of space. Not necessarily in the room when the bed's out, but you don't feel like necessarily massively enclosed. Kind of feels, again, I'll keep putting examples of things, but it's very sci-fi in the way that it probably would be a cabinet in a spaceship on a TV or a film. To be a charger underneath the bed, so if you need to charge something, it is available for you. So this works pretty well for a night, you know, before you go to take a flight. So I'd recommend it. I'd say look between the two videos and see which we'd prefer. As I say, there still is reasonable height on the bed, either way. But yeah, I've had a pretty good night's sleep, or as much as you can do when you have a very early flight in the morning. But yeah, I'd say this is worth it. The only thing I can work out is I haven't worked out how to actually get this either hot or cold properly, because I changed it to make it colder, and now I tried to make it warmer and it constantly doesn't work. So, but yeah, everything is in, there's little bits of wear and tear around the room, but it still looks quite good in the areas that you want it to be, and as I say, bedding is warm and comfortable. So, as I say, from the last review I said recommended it, so I'd say recommend it if you're travelling Gatwick. This is a good way of staying over without breaking the bank.